Hi, I want to welcome everyone to our Wednesday webinars. I'm Whitney Forcell Grand Prix, the Associate Director of Alumni Engagement at UNO, and we host these webinars every Wednesday for you, our alumni and friends. Today we have Kimberly Ha, the community training at the Microsoft stores. Kimberly's been with Microsoft for 6 years and specializes in creating training experiences for small business and education. Today, we're lucky to have her discuss LinkedIn pages. So if any of you have businesses, we're going to learn how to maximize our reach using the LinkedIn pages. And I'm excited for this one, and I hope you are too. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Kimberly. Thank you and welcome and enjoy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Super excited to do LinkedIn pages. LinkedIn is probably one of my favorite platforms to teach on because there's so many great things that come with LinkedIn, whether if you're using a personal LinkedIn page or if you're using it to grow your business as an entrepreneur. There's so many great benefits. And I know nowadays we're using a lot of social media for a lot of our business reach. So if you're using Twitter, you're using Instagram, you're using Facebook to business reach, I think it's important for you to also have a LinkedIn page. And that is going to make sure that you're connecting to professionals versus just social media. Social media is great for outreach and marketing and all that, but LinkedIn pages is for you to connect with business professionals that are all together looking for, maybe they're trying to find a job, or they're probably trying to find a service or a resource that you may provide for them. So that's what we're going to be going over today. So of course, our meetings, this is how you can access the chat box. So simply click the conversation icon here for you to access the chat box for any questions that may occur during my meeting today. Type your message here, and then you can also, we're not going to be sharing, but make sure your mics and cameras are off so that way we can get through the training in a timely manner. So today's plan is meet fellow entrepreneurs, learn how LinkedIn pages help company grow, optimize your LinkedIn personal profile, and create a LinkedIn page for your company. And then, of course, build your LinkedIn presence. So super important. And we'll go through tips and tricks on how to get these all together for you guys. So the power of LinkedIn, it has over 630 million members. It's probably more than that now just because of COVID. I'm pretty sure people are going on LinkedIn looking for jobs. There's so many resources on there. There's also LinkedIn Learning. So building your professional development is on LinkedIn as well. So I'm pretty sure there's more members. There's over 30 million companies, small and large. So Microsoft has a LinkedIn page, Apple, Google, but you also have those small businesses that have LinkedIn pages as well. There's over 20 million jobs posted daily, 35,000 skill sets, and over 90,000 schools that are on LinkedIn. So it's not just elementary, but it's middle school, high school, and higher education. And then let's watch this quick video, hopefully it'll play, on what is LinkedIn pages. Wouldn't be a training. I'm sorry for the lag, you guys. see there, you can see that LinkedIn Pages is available on multiple platforms. So you saw that there were some people using it on their iPads, on their MacBooks, on their desktops. So LinkedIn Pages is everywhere, and it's great for your team communication, or if you're single, you're an entrepreneur, you only have your own business, it's great for you to post and keep your business relevant on LinkedIn, because that's how you're going to build clientele, how to get additional information out there. You can even do paid pages. So there's so many ways you can use LinkedIn Pages. So the first question is for today what are your goals for your presence on LinkedIn? What is your brand? What is, if you are an entrepreneur, what is your service and what are you trying to get out there to provide for your community? So what is your presence and your goal? What kind of goals do other businesses have for their LinkedIn pages? So lead generation. So are you using LinkedIn Pages to build more clients, to build your client base? Thoughts on leadership, to get your voice and your thoughts out there, just similar like how Facebook works. It's similar like LinkedIn, but usually as a company, you have your own thoughts. And if you're a publishing company or if you're a public speaker, you can have a LinkedIn page for that. Customer spotlight, so a way for you to interact with your customers directly. So instead of just emails, because sometimes people don't check emails, people are checking social media pages more than their emails. So maybe using it to kind of interact with your customers. And then brand awareness, raising awareness around your brand and what your brand is doing in the New Orleans community or on the online community. Are you providing a service that's helping people during COVID to stay remote? So what is your brand awareness? And how are personal profiles different from LinkedIn pages? So in your personal profile, you get represented individuals, have connections with individuals, don't follow ads, and offer these sections: activity, experience, skills, endorsements, recommendations, and interests. What LinkedIn pages do is a representation for your organization. You have followers instead of connections, provide opportunities to create and run ads, and then require a personal profile. So for you to even have a LinkedIn page, you have to have a personal page. And then include these sections. You have an overview, about, a place for you to post jobs, and then a place for your team to interact with your customer base. So let's optimize your foundation. So for you to get in, the first thing you have to do is create a LinkedIn page. And for you to just create a LinkedIn page, just go to linkedin.com and sign in, join, and create an account. For a new account, complete the following prompts. You need a location, an industry, and a reason for joining LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very strict when they're getting new members to join because it's a professional profile for a workspace. So you have to usually, if you forget your password on LinkedIn, you have to go through like hoops to get your password back. So make sure that you're creating a real account and using your personal or work email tied to your business for your LinkedIn. And then how to optimize your personal profile. You want to have a wonderful headshot, and we'll go into like a my profile to show you what a good LinkedIn profile looks like. A unique headline, a good summary, good work experience, work examples, and skills and endorsement. And these are the top 6 things you have to think about when you're creating your personal profile, because they'll tie into your LinkedIn page. A roadmap for a LinkedIn page for success. Complete your LinkedIn profile and LinkedIn page. Nurture and build your LinkedIn community by adding followers, posts, and comments. Review and realign. So reviewing or realigning every single day, going back and interacting with your LinkedIn pages is really important as well. So meaning it's something you should be checking every day. If you're a person that checks Facebook every day, your LinkedIn page should be on that list of things you check every day to make sure you're interacting with your followers. It's just as important as running any other social media page as well. So create your LinkedIn page. So when you get started, you're gonna go, and I'll live demo this as well. So I'm going through the slideshow first to go over some information, and then we'll go into a live demo of how this will be done. So you're gonna go to the Let's Get Started. So after you build your LinkedIn page, you're gonna go into your waffle icon, and then you're gonna do a create a company page. And this will be in your top right-hand corner in your LinkedIn profile area. And then from there, you're gonna go from the top ribbon, you're gonna select what institution you're making it for. So are you making a small business? So if you're an entrepreneur and you have only maybe 1 or 2 employees, you would be a small business. Medium to large, if you have a business of 300 to 400 employees, then you're a medium to large business. A showcase page with subpages associated with an existing page. So if, for example, Microsoft has a showcase page, which is for education. So Microsoft has one whole LinkedIn page, and then Microsoft for Education is their subpage. So that's if you have different departments and different sections for your business. That's really good for larger companies. And then Educational Institute. So if UNO doesn't have a LinkedIn page, I definitely recommend UNO create theirs, but I'm pretty sure they do already. And so you got to select your organization type and make sure it applies. So fill out criteria. So let's watch a quick video. Hopefully it doesn't jump, skip, and lag. But if it does, I apologize in advance. Let's make sure my audio's on. There we go.
In order to have a complete page, you'll need to fill out 8 criteria. First, upload your organization's logo. Next, add a tagline. Your tagline allows members to quickly get a sense of what your organization is all about. Use 1 to 2 sentences and be authentic and concise. Next, describe your organization in 3 to 4 short paragraphs. Organizations with thriving pages tend to include their vision, mission, values, and a brief description of their products and/or services. Next, you'll want to add your organization's website, industry, company size, and type. Completing these fields makes your organization more searchable by LinkedIn members looking for products or services in specific sectors or industries. Lastly, you should add a cover image or banner for your page.
Great video. So the key things that we went over is adding a tagline, adding a logo, the really important things to give your business page a identity on LinkedIn. So you won't have a clickable page if you don't have a logo or a tagline or a header page, because you want to make sure it's inviting, it looks official. So the biggest thing is make it look corporate. Make sure it's like it's inviting and that it looks official versus, hey, I don't have a logo right now. If you don't have a logo right now, then add text there. Make a small text logo, and there's a lot of resources that I'm going to talk about today to create those logos and headers for you if you don't have a graphic designer, because we know how pricey those guys can get. So the 8 essentials, here we go. Enter your company name, choose a URL, add a website link if you have one, add your company details, upload your logo, add a tagline, confirm right to represent, and then create a page. So these are your 8 essential things that you need to keep in mind when you're creating your LinkedIn pages. I will be emailing out a worksheet of things it's kind of like a checkbox list, a worksheet where you can check off the things that you have to keep in mind. So don't worry if you can't write all this down at once, you will get a worksheet with all this information. And then edit your LinkedIn page. Once you create your LinkedIn page, you can access it from your personal profile and select your page from the left column under your name to complete your LinkedIn page. And we'll go into a demo of this in just a second. So, not ready to hire a graphic designer? So if you want, you can actually use your iPhone right now and use your camera to scan this QR code, or if you have a QR code scan, I'll leave this up for just a second. But Canva is an amazing free website for you to create a logo, headers, everything you can think of. So definitely canva.com will be your best friend if you can't hire a graphic designer right now. Those are all costs and things, but if you want to do things yourself, because I know as a business owner, I am a business owner myself beside working for Microsoft. I don't have time sometimes to like go back and forth with a graphic designer, so using Canva was really easy for me. So definitely use canva.com. And then Canva can help, once you create an account, you create a design, select a logo, LinkedIn banner, or social media post, follow the Canva instruction, and return to your LinkedIn company page to upload. So Canva makes it easy because you can select what you're making things for. So are you making a logo, a poster, something for maybe a t-shirt for you to like upload and print out? Or are you making a LinkedIn banner? So it makes it easy for everything to be sized for you. And that's the kind of like great tips and tricks that Canva helps you with. So it's just easier. You don't have to like guess what size I need for my header or my logo, right? It builds everything out for you. And then build a community presence. And that's the biggest thing about your LinkedIn pages, is building that community presence, adding followers, because that's what LinkedIn is for you to connect with your connections and also build a following base for your company page. So invite a personal connection to follow your LinkedIn page by using invite to follow. Invite your employees. So if you are not the only person in your own business right now, definitely invite your employees in. Follow other company pages and add a LinkedIn follow button to your company's webpage. Use a hashtag when you participate in conversations that matter to you and your company. So think about those key hashtags that relate to your business right now. If you are a cook, or you provide food services, then that means foodie would be your hashtag. Food and NOLA would be in your hashtag. So you got to think about those creative hashtags so you can hashtag in all your posts. So that way, if someone sees that hashtag and clicks it, your page or your company page comes with it. And I think those are like the main important things when you're thinking about a hashtag. So when I was in the Microsoft store, one of my main hashtag was Lakeside Microsoft Store. So if anybody ever clicked that hashtag, my LinkedIn page will pull up with all the things we did for the Microsoft store. Let's watch this video on mobile admin.
In order to build followers and grow a professional community on LinkedIn, it's crucial to post and respond to member comments frequently. With mobile admin and our new activity notifications, it will be easier than ever to stay in touch and grow your community. To start, open up the LinkedIn mobile app on your device. Locate your profile picture at the top navigation and tap on it. From here, you can see a list of all the pages you manage. Tap on the page you'd like to manage. You'll be brought over to a corresponding page in the admin view. Here, you'll be able to write a post by tapping directly on the Write a Post field. You can also respond to member comments. And see your page activity by going to the Activity tab. You'll be notified anytime a LinkedIn member has mentioned your brand. You can review these mentions and reshare the best mentions instantly with your community. After posting, we always recommend reviewing your analytics. To do so, at the bottom of every post, you'll see a section called Organic Impressions. Tap on it to see your overall organic stats for each post. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. You'll be able to find more videos like these and our best practices at lnkd.in/pages-bp.
Awesome. So, of course, like I said earlier, LinkedIn is available on all platforms from Android to iPhone. And half the time nowadays, we're on our iPhones or our Android phones more than looking at a computer sometimes, because if you're a business owner, you're on the go. So you're not always just sitting in front of a computer. So having that LinkedIn app on your phone with your LinkedIn pages already set up, it's easy for you to manage and post things. So if you're a business owner that's using Instagram right now, I know the first thing you do is pull out your iPhone. Hey, this is what me and my business is doing today. And that's the same exact thing you should be doing for your LinkedIn pages. So find your voice. So LinkedIn pages gives you a voice. And what that means is share your brand story. Use emotions and visuals in your post to teach, and entertain, and inspire. Establish authentic connections and showcase the best of your company. Highlight what makes your company unique. I love using this example because I am always using LinkedIn. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, which I'll post my LinkedIn page in the chat box in a little later, is that I am always sharing things that me and my team are doing, and I'm always speaking about how we're always empowering our community and how we're training teachers and helping students in summer camps, and I use a lot of emotion into it because I'm passionate about it, and that's people can read that in your post. So it's super important to like post things, especially if you're out there and your company is like supporting a nonprofit or helping with a volunteer event. Those are things you should post because that speaks volumes about your business and your company. So let's get tactical once a day. Post content and respond to your comments and check your activity tab for @mentions to reshare. So once a day, you should always be doing this. Like I said, if you check your email every day, you should be checking your LinkedIn pages every day. Once a week, use the LinkedIn page admin tools to invite connections, features to ask connections to follow, or join topical conversations with hashtag. And then once a month, review your page analytics and realign your strategy. So because you have that great analytic tool, you should be seeing if you are getting more followers as you post things. And if you're not, paying attention to your analytics can show you if your business is growing or declining. And like, it's important for you to continue to engage with your customer base because that's how you're going to keep a fan. And that's what we call at Microsoft is all of anyone that uses any Microsoft products, they're fans, and we want them to continue to use our products and services. So it's important for you to like post once a day so you're engaging every day and people show that your business is ongoing. And once a week, using the admin tools to like, hey, did I make new connections on my personal page? Let me post a post to say, follow my personal business page, this is my services, or share this with your family and friends. And I'm telling you, if you do that once a week, you will see a great like influx in followers on your business page. And then once a month, review your analytics. I always make it a goal to review my analytics at the end of the month and strategize on marketing plans to help build my clientele for next month. Or do it once a quarter, however you think is best for you and your business. So tools for success, available from your personal profile or on your LinkedIn page. Understand your audience and inspiration for page updates. So always try to build content. I know it's kind of scary because I'm someone who hates using Instagram. I'm on it a lot because I'm a photographer, but it's also like you have to build that content and like plan that content out. So you don't have to post content every day. It's recommended, but if you don't, try to at least post 2 to 3 times a week and make it a rhythm, right? And then understanding what those analytics are telling you, like, hey, these posts aren't getting a lot of like likes and follows, so maybe I'm going to change up how I post things. So you will see a page analytics on your left hand side under your main page. So this is your admin view, and I'll show you a sample of what an admin view looks like in just a second. So let's review. Connect with an opportunity with a LinkedIn company page by defining your goals, creating a strong foundation and that tells your brand story, and building a community using your tactical strategy. So what that means is, do you have a mission statement? Do you have goals? So like, everyone wants to start a business, but they don't technically know what their goals are in their business. So is your LinkedIn page going to talk about those goals and your mission and what you're doing? And how do you plan to grow by using LinkedIn pages? Because when you open your LinkedIn page, your first thought should be, how is this going to grow my business? And what is my 5-year plan to grow my business? And how are you going to use LinkedIn pages to help access those goals? So Next steps, learn more and take your LinkedIn page further with participant guides and resources, which I will email out at the end of the training today. And then find best practices using Canva, brand story and guidance, and then tactics to maximizing your LinkedIn presence. Any questions before I move on to the live demo? Okay, lots of information just thrown at y'all, but definitely the first thing I want to show you is what a good personal LinkedIn page looks like. And this is mine. So the key things you need to look at in this page is my header. So you can use your personal header and put your business header here. So just like how you're going to create a header in your LinkedIn pages, this header should definitely match if you are technically your business owner. So that header should match your business header. And if you have like quick little messages here, mine has messaged me about free workshops and trainings for education, small business, and nonprofits. So that exactly, I don't have, this is going to be my business header, but this is my Microsoft header. Your headshot should look professional. So I always say this, if what you're wearing in your headshot isn't what you would wear to an interview, then you shouldn't be wearing it in your headshot. So your LinkedIn headshot should be professional. So I can show a couple headshots here. Renee's headshot is very good. Business blouse, hair, smile. Beautiful, right? And then this is my coworker and partner, Christopher Douglas. Same thing, Microsoft polo. Wonderful background. He's a huge gaming advocate for Microsoft, so he has gaming for his header. So these are like examples of a really good LinkedIn profile. You have a short and simple tagline, so community trainer at Microsoft. But if you're a business owner, you can say CEO or small business owner of. Whatever you're owning your business, that should be your LinkedIn header. Now, if you have your business is more of like your side hustle, then you would want to put maybe your job title here, but you can put in your About Me section about your business. I would put community trainer at Microsoft, but I have a strong passion to develop everyone, and this will be my Microsoft one, but I would also put I'm a passionate and enthusiastic photographer for lifestyle, brands, and more. So keeping it short and simple in your About Me. And also, as much as you got to stay active on your LinkedIn pages, you want to make sure you're staying active here. So when you're creating a new post, so similar here, if I go into my admin page, when I create a post, this is where you would, on your personal LinkedIn page, kind of post about your work page or your small business. Like, hey, you guys, like the first thing you should create after you make your LinkedIn pages, I just successfully made a LinkedIn page and I want to share it out to my connections. So let's talk about where you're going to create your LinkedIn page. So in your little waffle icon here that's next to your user icon, you're going to see this little side panel pop up in the right hand side. And what you're going to do is click Create a Company Page. So when you create a company page, earlier, like I said, it shows you what kind of business you're creating. So for right now, we're going to do small business. And then remember, page identity, company details, and profile details. So the first thing is if you want to name your company, you have to put your company name here. So what I would put is general purpose photography. And it's going to also make a hyperlink for you in your business here. And then if you have a website, you would put it here. So I would put, and that is my company's website. I then choose the industry. So you want to make sure you choose the right industry. So mine is, it's photography. So let's see if I can find that. There we go. I can select photography, and then I can select my company size. So right now I only have, it's me and another team member. So it's 1 to 2 employees. Oh. And then a company type. So is it a public company, self-employed, government agency, nonprofit? So definitely if you're a nonprofit, make sure you select that. I'm a public company. And then here I can choose a logo. So this is my work computer. I don't have my logo for right now, but definitely if you don't have it right now, just say you can upload that later. And then of course you can do a tagline, which is a lifestyle and fashion photography company. And I can just simply click create page. And now when you create a brand new LinkedIn page, this is what it's going to look like initially. So you're going to have an admin view. And remember, we talked about your admin view. And it'll give you a few steps for you to make it an all-star profile. So right now I have industries, I have company size, website URL. I don't have a description, a logo, location, a custom button, and then my first post and hashtags. So the first thing you want to think about is adding that cover image. So remember, using Canva to build your logo and your header. So here you can use a free Canva profile. It's definitely free, and I'll put this link in the chat box for you here. Remember that you can use it to create your headers if you don't want to use a graphic designer. And then this is where you would upload your header at. So your header wants to be relatable to your business. If you're a chef, that means it's food, or maybe your restaurant, whatever you want to put in front of this cover image. And this is where your logo would go. This is your follow button that you would send out to your users, and this is your analytics. So if I was a member, I can view this page as a member. So here is what it would look like to the public. And then when you view this, you want to make sure if you look at this, you're like, well, this looks like my company page. I currently don't have any posts right now, so I definitely need to add all of that. So as you use this, you want to make sure everything is in detail. So also, you can also click this check mark and you can go through the steps. So I have to add a description, and I can add my description here and change it anything else. I can then add a logo, add a location, add my first post, and then my hashtag. And then you can then take your link that it created for you. So let's view as a member. So this link that they created for you, you then want to take this link and go here and create a post saying, created my company LinkedIn page. Please give me a follow. And then you can also share it out. So whenever people see this and you post it, they'll also be able to share out your page as well. And that's kind of just how it looks like when you're creating your page. And like I said, this should be your first post when you're posting on your personal page. And then for your first post on your company page, let me go back to my company page. You're gonna want to post here. So you're gonna right here, you're gonna start a post, and then you want to say, this is our LinkedIn pages. Please follow us to stay up to date with new tips and tricks. If you're a technology blog, or if you're a chef, for new recipes that I'm gonna post, anything that you want to post here for that. What else you can do with LinkedIn pages is create ads. So you can do events, you can do ads. I wonder if I can show you how to do that. Sponsor and update. So sponsoring and update is basically like a public ad that will get shared out to LinkedIn to random profiles, just like if you were to pay for an Instagram ad or a Facebook ad. You can also do a community hashtag. So remember, creating those unique hashtags for your business. One, you don't want to make it too long, and you don't want to make it too short. So you want to make sure, if this is Capture Corporation, I would say Capture NOLA would be maybe one of my hashtags, right? Because it's a photography page for New Orleans. Or Photographer NOLA would be one of my hashtags. So that way, when anybody clicks that, it will pull up my page. There's also an events page. So right now, I know we're in COVID and you can't do a ton of events, but if you're doing like meetup events to like, let's talk about your small business, or I'm doing as a photographer, I'm doing $100 headshots in City Park, and that's going to be an event, and I'll put like maybe my Cash App or my Venmo information in there, and people can RSVP to connect with me for headshots in my event section. So there's so many things you can do. It looks similar to a job page for Facebook, if I'm being honest, but it's just more robust because it's built on LinkedIn. You can also add employees. So when you add in your employees, where is that? There we go. Admin tools. You can manage admins, and you can add in other employees here and make them admins so they can post and modify things for you as well. So maybe you're hiring a marketing person, you would add your marketing person as an admin for your LinkedIn profile page. So that way they can manage your posts, share out things, and build all that content for you so you don't have to do it. Woo! All right, so that's basically a breakdown of creating your LinkedIn page and building and adding your industry. Is there any questions for me? All right, no worries. If there isn't any questions, 100% okay with that. I will want to talk about a few things, which is you can definitely add me on LinkedIn. If you ever have any questions, please reach out. I'm always happy to answer any questions around LinkedIn. And I'm always inviting people to build connections, because if you are a small business in Louisiana, I'm always trying to share out your business information and get you connected with our community, because I have over like 700 connections, so somebody might click on your page. So definitely follow me on LinkedIn. I don't have a problem with that. And if you are a business and you need anything around the Microsoft space, so just because I'm a trainer for Microsoft, we do business trainings. So I will also put in my work email in the chat box for you guys. And if you need business training on Office 365, we usually do it in a business space, so meaning it has to be you and your team members. It can't be more of a one-on-one training. But whenever we do those public group trainings, we would definitely, you can send me an email about that. When I started my page, I had a hard time connecting with people because I had no connections. Do you have any advice about building your connections? Okay, yes. So when you're building your connection with LinkedIn, so when you first start with your LinkedIn profile, the first thing you want to do is go to your network. So after you create everything, you go to your network, and it's going to pull from your email how many people you should add. So these are the people I've interacted with on, like, so people I may know at Microsoft, people you work closely with, people you may know from University of New Orleans. So definitely following pages, like if you went to a specific college, so let's type in University of New Orleans here. And usually these are great spaces to start on building your connections. So clicking on this, you may find some alums you know, you may find some professors you know. So this is one place for you to build your connections, and also sharing out your LinkedIn pages on your social media profile. So using your Facebook, your Instagram, and say, hey, if you have a LinkedIn, please add me on LinkedIn. I would love to interact with you and connect with you. So that's a really good question, Whitney. I definitely would say start with your universities, or start with businesses that you previously worked with. So if you worked for maybe Entergy, you can go to Entergy's pages and see the people that's a part of the Entergy page. And that's a great way for you to build connections as well. Or maybe if you want to just make sure you're, like, when you're adding those connections, people you actually know. But what else is great is usually when you first create your LinkedIn profile, it'll try to pull in connections that are connected with your email. So people that you've emailed in the past, if they have a LinkedIn profile page, it'll usually show up in your LinkedIn whenever you create your first LinkedIn page. I mean, your personal page. But that's a good question. Okay. I am a point of contact for you guys for anything LinkedIn related. So you can definitely email me about any questions. If you're having issues with anything, I will do my best to answer those questions for you. Just be patient with me. I get about 50, 60 emails a day, and it just grows from there because I'm a head of training. If you and your business needs training, please reach out to me and my team if you're using Microsoft Office or if you're using Microsoft Teams. We do trainings on those. If you're a nonprofit and you need software, we currently offer free seats for nonprofits right now on Office 365. If you need to buy devices, gotta plug that in there. Please reach out to me and I'll connect you with my business team members. But other than that, use LinkedIn. The more you use LinkedIn, the more comfortable you get used to LinkedIn. I had a LinkedIn page for about 2 years, wasn't very active on it. But definitely once I started using it and learned more about LinkedIn, I got just highly addicted of like building my brand and just connecting. I've connected with higher ups on Microsoft through LinkedIn, and that's all because I built a great brand on my LinkedIn profile. But other than that, I am your point of contact. You have my emails and my LinkedIn page in the chat box for you to connect with me. And I thank you so much for sitting and listening to me talk about the greatness of LinkedIn. And I'm going to give it back to Whitney now. Just give her a minute to like unmute. If you're talking, Whitney, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to thank everybody for joining in. This was a great information session, and I know I learned a lot. I want to thank Kimberly for hosting this for us. Again, like she said, we'll do a follow-up email. She has a worksheet for everyone, and if you have any questions, please let her know. And then if you would like to see more, sessions like this, please let the alumni office know. We do host webinars every Wednesday, and we want to make sure we are giving you content that you would like to see. So again, thank you everyone and enjoy your day.
Thank you everyone.